Oh, now the Operation Rectangle, certainly in our local media at the time and directly afterwards, was heavily attacked under your
Yeah,
leadership and Lenny Harper. But I don't know if glowing colours are the right word. I know the Metropolitan Police used the word glowing colours of the way these investigations should happen. But it was, if you like, for want of a better word, totally vindicated by the chair of this inquiry as well, wasn't it?
well, I mean, I think the Jersey Evening Post at the time, and I can't speak about it now, it you would never describe it as a professional, ethical newspaper. It came from a particular lobby, which I think it's an exaggeration to say that it was a propaganda vehicle for the Jersey establishment, but it nevertheless wasn't very good at picking up criticism of where things were running the island, and it wasn't very supportive of the investigation. Um, it, it it has a difficult history. Most of these allegations occurred in premises which were within walking distance of the Jersey Evening Post offices, and the Jersey Evening Post, I understand, takes the position they never heard any of these stories, which, according to many sources, were rampant in the island for decades. I think that's a difficult baggage of history for the JP, and it's up to them how they deal with it. I don't know how they're dealing with things now.
I think, in fairness, since the new editorship, yeah, I think that it has come on a long way, but it's got a long way. Did have a long way to come. Is it just the Jersey Evening Post though? Because we had a press conference today where we highlighted that the reason there's a need for the likes of me and Rico Sorda and bloggers is because of a lack of investigative journalism and a lack of a questioning media. Do you agree with that stance?
I do, and I think the work that you and Rico have done has been exceptional. You've made this committee of inquiry happen, and if it hadn't been for the work you've done, it probably wouldn't happen. The children would still be at risk. So well done to the pair of you. I mean, as far as investigative journalism goes, there is nobody in Jersey that matches either of you. The so-called professional journalists have just been swept over by the tide of what you've been able to discover during your work. Yes, and I'm not surprised that your readership is so good, because people want to get the truth and to the facts, and they're not going to get it from most other sources in Jersey, with some exceptions. There are some very good professional and determined journalists in Jersey, but if you had to take Jersey media as a whole, you'd struggle to find evidence that it had locked onto any of the serious challenges which the Committee of Inquiry has brought to light.
Yeah, because former DCO Lenny Harper has actually refused now to engage with the local, only the Jersey mainstream media. Do you think that's a wise decision on his behalf?
Well, it's up to him. He does what he does. If he's not comfortable with that, and I've seen the reasons he's given, and part of it is, there's a very legitimate question. Where were you when all this abuse was taking place? And where were you when we needed your support, when we were trying to address it? And we're having tremendous difficulties, black propaganda against us and that sort of thing. So yes, I understand his difficulty with the Jersey media. My own position is that I choose on a case-by-case basis who I speak to, and that's what I'm doing tonight.